Now obviously most people's goal is to kick up into a freestanding handstand like that. One kick up into a straight handstand, balance easily with control. In reality, that's not going to happen for most people. What we need to do is we need to work out the level that you need to kick up. Now, whether that's against the wall, whether that's freestanding. And we also need to know progressions. We need to know how to make it easier and how do we make it harder. Because obviously we need to be able to progress as we get better and better, but also we just have bad days. So exactly the same as when we're standing up. If we get out of bed and we're feeling all lazy and we're tired and we're tight, we're not going to stand up into really good posture really fast. We're going to get out of bed and we're going to be a bit hunched over, and then as the day goes on, we're going to open up, we're going to have some coffee, and we're going to stand up taller. So exactly the same with the handstand. If we're having a bad day, we might have to regress it into an easier catch position, and then over time open up into a better position, or we might need to regress it back to the wall. Now, if we're already on the wall, if we're learning the kick up, let's first go through that, and then I'm going to show the progressions to harder and harder variations. Now, whichever variations we're working, there's some same principles that apply. We need to place the hands down on the floor in some way. You'll see gymnasts will kick up in this position and they'll go into it. Hand balancers, calisthenics athletes, and people that are just learning handstands, most of them will put their hands on the floor first, place the shoulders on top of the hands, and then kick up from there. And the goal is always to kick up to handstand, not over. And the risk is when learning is that you'll learn to smash into the wall, which sends you into that direction. We want to go up into handstand, so when we do it in the middle of the room, we're not smashing onto our backs. So I'm going to go shoulder width apart with the hands. I'm going to be about a hand distance away from the wall. I'm going to place the shoulders directly on top of the hands. I'm going to push weight into the hands. Another common error is to be back in this position like this. Now when I go into the handstand, that's going to force me to take the shoulders forwards, and I'm already sending myself forwards towards the wall, which is going to send me in that direction. So before I start, I need to put the shoulders directly on top of the hands, lots of weight into the hands, and then I have the leading leg. So I'm going to really focus just on my comfortable side. So you can try both sides, find which one feels most comfortable for you, and then I would stick with that. Now we have two ways of creating power here. I can whip this leg up, and I can jump off this bottom leg. Now most people use a combination of both of those things. So shoulders on top of the hands, little kick, little bounce off that foot, and then come up and down. Now I'm trying here to be as consistent as I can, keeping the shoulder directly on top of the hands and not letting it move forwards and backwards. And then I'm going to take this leg up a little bit higher, a little bit more power, and see if I can touch the wall, come back down again. Make sure that shoulder's maintaining the position on top of the hands, and go again. And then I just start to reach both feet up higher and higher until I go all the way up to the wall and hold. Now if you struggle with that, some people do this because they're nervous about going up. They need to build some confidence, some control, some conditioning in the position. We have a couple of ways we can make it easier. One way would be to have a box here, so I place the foot up on the box, and now I can step into it like that. Obviously coming down with control, we don't want to smash into the box, and that can build confidence and control to go up and back down again. Again, I'm trying to keep that shoulders directly on top of the hands at all times. Or the other way is you can work together with a partner and they hold onto your leg and take you slowly up to the handstand to build that confidence. Once we can kick up with the 1-2 method, so shoulders on top of the hands, 1-2 against the wall, we can then make it a little bit more controlled and see if we can hit the wall with both heels at the same time. So same thing, shoulders on top of the hands, push the floor away, kick, both heels touch the wall at the same time. Come back down with control, shoulders on top of the hands, make sure there's that same setup. Go again, heels touching the wall. Come back down again. Next level will be trying to hold for a couple of seconds before you touch the wall. So you actually kick to handstand and then go to the wall. So same setup, hands down, shoulders on top of the hands, kick to handstand, hold for a couple of seconds, and then go to the wall. Come back down with control, make sure the shoulders are on top of the hands. Exactly the same thing again, heels kiss the wall. We can then start to look at the freestanding options. Now with the freestanding options, we can basically use the same things as we used against the wall. We can do that split position first, so go 1-2. So shoulders on top of the hands, push the floor away, lots of weight there. And then I kick, and I keep split. And then slowly I bring the legs together, stack everything, and then come back down the same way with control. Now what you commonly see here is people will snap the legs together really fast. Now that obviously looks cool if I can kick straight up to a straight handstand and hold, but in reality what happens is it makes the knife edge much smaller that you're trying to balance on, and you end up falling over, either towards overbalance or back towards under balance. So I'd recommend most people slow it down a little bit more, kick up slowly, find the balance, then tidy it up as much as their body allows. Because you need to be realistic. If you can't hold the handstand consistently, you need to give yourself a little bit more window of balance, a little bit more room for error by making the body a bit softer and not demanding that dead straight position. And also you might not have the flexibility yet to stack everything on top of each other, biceps by the ears, arms up in that position. It's actually really hard for most people. Most people are going to look a little bit like this. So that's going to equate to more of a banana handstand. Shoulders forwards, legs over a little bit, and your handstand might look a little bit more like this to start with. And that's fine, because trying to get more like this, if you can't physically do it yet, it's just going to end up in you getting frustrated and not being able to catch. And then once you start to improve, you can start to go up a little bit quicker. You can start to snap together a little bit faster and bringing the legs together as one piece much quicker into that position. Let me know down in the comments what level your handstand kick up is. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the handstand entries, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, guys.